In the early 90s, when business planning was just starting to gain popularity in Russia, many entrepreneurs approached it with caution and skepticism. However, by the mid-90s, it became clear that achieving success was nearly impossible without a clear plan. Remember how, at this stage, most companies were just learning not to repeat others' mistakes, such as setting unrealistic project deadlines or being insufficiently prepared for unforeseen circumstances. Today's business environments offer us numerous examples where the lack of a backup plan leads to catastrophic consequences. Imagine this situation. A well-known company invested all its resources into a single innovative project, leaving no reserves in case of failure. The result: huge financial losses and dissatisfied shareholders. But should we be afraid of making mistakes? Absolutely not. In many cases, it is precisely the path through missteps and miscalculations that allows us to set more ambitious goals and achieve them. The evolution of planning since the 1990s demonstrates how important it is to accept mistakes as part of the process and to learn from them. The saying, "He who does nothing makes no mistakes," reminds us that mistakes are, in fact, a valuable experience that can guide us on the path to success. As soon as we start to delve into this, it will become clear how approaches to planning have changed over time and what we can learn from it. Get ready to be surprised, because in the next moments we will encounter many fascinating discoveries and historical decisions that have stood the test of time. The planning systems developed by ancient civilizations are astonishing in their complexity. Take the Egyptians, for example. The pyramids were not built haphazardly. They were the result of strict accounting and allocation of resources, documented in written codes of law. These codes made it possible to manage the territories along the Nile, ensuring the prosperity of the state. Imagine how, without precise accounting of labor or materials, ancient builders could have managed such a monumental task. Several centuries later, medieval Europe proposed a new approach to planning: trading houses. These institutions enabled merchants to regulate the flow of goods and finances. A focus on inventory management quickly led to the creation of the first form of accounting. Subsequently, these methods formed the foundation of modern financial management. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the 18th century, served as a catalyst for the further development of planning. Mass production demanded new methods of organization. The development of production plans became not a luxury but a necessity in order to cope with enormous volumes of output and complex manufacturing processes. The 20th century brought with it a revolution in the field of planning. With the advent of computers, it became possible to make remarkably accurate forecasts based on data analysis. This not only increased efficiency but also paved the way for the creation of more complex business models and strategic planning. This entire sequence of changes teaches us that times change, but the need for planning remains fundamental. However, behind all these historical twists and turns lies something more. How deadlines have not only changed the shape of business, but also provide incredible opportunities for those who know how to manage them. It is commonly believed that deadlines only cause stress, but this is far from the truth. History knows many examples when clear deadlines became a source of astonishing productivity. One of them is the construction of the Eiffel Tower for the 1889 World's Fair. Despite complex technical challenges and tight deadlines, the project was completed on time thanks to meticulous planning and well-set deadlines. Parkinson, one of the first to describe the principle that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion, made it clear that without deadlines, we tend to procrastinate. This is where the importance of deadlines becomes obvious. They not only stimulate productivity, but also help maintain focus, manage time, and achieve goals. Deadlines help teams work in a coordinated and harmonious way. By breaking a large project into stages, each with its own intermediate completion date, project management becomes more transparent. This allows all participants to stay informed about successes and shortcomings, making the processes and work dynamics clear to everyone. Deadlines are that very elusive time that helps you focus and complete tasks more efficiently. However, it is remarkable that truly successful organizations know not only how to adhere to strict deadlines, but also how to leverage other aspects of time management. Did you know that about 70% of people in the workforce regularly experience stress? Time management has a powerful impact on our ability to cope with this invisible enemy. In the 1980s, a Harvard University study showed that well-structured time management reduces stress levels by almost 30%. These are not just numbers. This is a path to a more mindful and productive life. Using techniques based on biorhythms allows you to accomplish more with less emotional and energy expenditure. For example, the smart time management method involves tackling complex tasks during periods of peak productivity. This approach prevents burnout and creates ample space for creativity. An example of this approach is the international company X, whose employees schedule their work time according to their biorhythms. This has led to a 20% reduction in sick leaves and an overall increase in job satisfaction. It is also essential to mention the importance of intentional breaks and relaxation. Practices such as meditation and mindful breathing help neutralize the effects of stressful situations, restoring emotional balance. After all, when stress is managed, it simply becomes a stepping stone on the path to great achievements. Now, knowing all this, we can also see hidden resources for growth and optimization within time management technologies. How do they help us improve our planning? Perhaps even more amazing discoveries lie just beyond the horizon. In recent decades, technology has had a significant impact on our ability to manage time. Take, for example, applications like Trello or Asana, which have revolutionized project management. But one of the most impressive innovations is the use of artificial intelligence in a number of modern tools. AI helps optimize schedules and increase productivity, although not all applications such as Google Calendar directly utilize these capabilities. However, some innovative platforms allow users to focus on strategically important tasks by automating routine ones. As for changes in time management, they have been ongoing for a long time, and each new technological advancement opens up new horizons for optimization. For example, applications like Rescue Time provide detailed information on how many minutes or hours you spend on different activities, helping to minimize wasted time and increase efficiency. This makes it possible to identify where changes are truly needed and adjust your routine accordingly. Instead of trying to predict the future, we can already see how innovations are transforming our lives. The ability to adapt workflows to your personal needs is the key to success. In the future, we can expect even more advanced tools that will continue to evolve, offering not only minute-level precision, but also taking into account the personal characteristics of each user. Strategic planning can be the key to outstanding success, as real-world business cases confirm. Let's start with the well-known company Slack. From the very beginning, they used a micro-planning approach, breaking down long-term goals into weekly and even daily tasks. This focus on short-term planning allowed them to rapidly adapt in a highly competitive environment, and in 2020 to attract the attention of Salesforce, which acquired Slack for more than $27 billion. Now let's take a look at the phenomenon of Air New Zealand. In the midst of the economic downturn of 2009, they realized that without a new approach to managing finances and expenses, the company might not survive. It was at that moment that an innovative solution was introduced: weekly financial reports and forecasting market changes based on data. This approach allowed Air New Zealand to successfully weather the crisis, reducing operating expenses by almost 20%. In the fashion industry, Nike demonstrates how technology can transform a business. They integrated demand forecasting using data analytics, which made it possible to reduce excess inventory by nearly a third. This approach not only reduced financial losses, but the freed-up funds were invested in the development of new product lines. Such examples inspire us to see planning as a creative process that ensures a company's sustainability and growth. It's interesting to consider how prioritization can enhance these efforts, guiding companies toward more productive outcomes. Have you ever wondered how large companies achieve dizzying success? To a great extent, this is thanks to properly set priorities. In today's turbulent world, where distractions are countless, identifying key tasks has a magical power that can change the course of business. One such tool is the Eisenhower matrix. It is based on two criteria: urgency and importance, helping to divide tasks into four categories: urgent and important, urgent and not important, not urgent but important, and not urgent and not important. Imagine a company that, thanks to skillful use of the Eisenhower matrix, managed to focus on truly important tasks, and by letting go of routine trivialities, doubled its revenue. This is not fiction, but an example from real practice. The Eisenhower matrix helps maintain focus on long-term goals, which means making consistent progress in strategically important areas, whether it's innovation or increasing efficiency. In the long run, such discipline in managing time and resources becomes the cornerstone of a business, enabling it not just to survive, but to thrive in a changing world. And now let's delve into that aspect of management where unexpected flexibility becomes indispensable. When Uber was just starting out, it was a service focused on luxury cars. Shortly after launching, the founders noticed that the market demanded more, and this led them to innovations that changed the face of the transportation industry. They quickly adapted by offering affordable services such as economy rides and soon added food delivery. They demonstrated how important flexibility is, not just to survive, but to grow. Speaking of Amazon, their success largely rests on the speed with which they adopt new technologies and approaches. They were not afraid to use AI-based solutions to optimize product searches and implement recommendations which improved the user experience. Their constant drive to evolve has allowed them to remain competitive and respond to new market challenges. Flexibility is not just an option, it's a necessity in the dynamic world of business. Companies that are able to change and anticipate customer needs achieve success, leaving behind those who cling to the old ways. And if you're interested in how intuitive solutions can help with planning, stay with us. The following chapters will reveal a variety of amazing strategies. Surprisingly, research shows that multitasking can reduce mental productivity by 39%. Scientists from Stanford have confirmed that people who try to perform several tasks at once subject themselves to stress and lower the quality of their work. It has been proven that performing tasks sequentially, rather than simultaneously, leads to better focus and higher quality results. Another common misconception is the belief that time management requires rigid schedules and strictness. In reality, the art of time management lies in flexibility and adaptability. An example of this is the Pareto principle, which advises focusing your efforts on the 20% of tasks that yield 80% of all results. This 80-20 rule works in our favor, allowing us to find a balance between work and personal time. There is also a myth that time management is a privilege reserved for large companies or executives. But time management is useful for everyone, from students to freelancers. Keeping a simple to-do list increases productivity and gives you more time for the things you love. Scientific studies confirm that planning can improve task performance by 10% simply by thinking through and writing down your goals. To manage your time effectively, it's not enough to just follow mythical rules. It's important to find your own approach, prioritize tasks, and remember that the best way to manage your time is, indeed, to tailor it to yourself. How can you apply this knowledge in your daily routine to get the most benefit? Stay with us, and we'll continue to reveal amazing secrets about working with time. Amazingly, research confirms that the Pomodoro technique, despite its simplicity, increases productivity by 15%. Imagine, you work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break and repeat this 4 times before taking a longer break of 15 to 20 minutes. This rhythm not only keeps you focused, but also helps prevent burnout, making your day more organized and efficient. Long break activities, such as exercising or meditating, also play a significant role. They help you stay motivated for work as long as they match your personal preferences. This time not only allows you to relax, but also replenishes your creative reserves, which leads to increased overall productivity. Interestingly, our natural biorhythms really do respond to the task at hand. Research shows that in the morning we reach our peak performance for complex tasks, while in the evening we handle routine work better. Understanding your own biorhythms and adjusting your work schedule to match them can be the key to increasing efficiency. Remember, personal time for creativity and rest is not a luxury but a necessity. It not only maintains inner harmony but also contributes to productivity. Well-planned moments of such rest create the conditions for long-term success, which positively affects both work and personal life. All of this confirms the art of time management is a bridge to a more successful and balanced future. Long-term planning in business is a powerful tool that lays a solid foundation for future success. Take Tesla, for example. Their focus on electric vehicles is just one aspect of their strategy. The company is also actively developing battery technologies and solar energy, supporting all of this with innovations in manufacturing and software. These are comprehensive steps that have helped Tesla secure a leading position in the industry. Let's talk about Toyota. In the 1950s, they developed the famous Toyota production system, based on the philosophy of lean manufacturing. This approach not only improved quality and efficiency, but also established Toyota as one of the global leaders in the automotive industry. Their success did not happen overnight. It was the result of a long journey of implementing and refining practices. Long-term strategies help allocate resources wisely, bypassing short-term market fluctuations. Like a farmer who knows that a bountiful harvest requires time and effort, a business paves its way to stability and confidence. Such plans usually cover a period of 3 to 10 years, allowing organizations not only to improve current performance, but also to shape an inspiring corporate culture. When a company unites all employees around a common mission, it stimulates internal motivation and strengthens collective efforts. These comprehensive goals become a force that turns ideas into reality and propels the business to new heights. So how can you continue to develop long-term plans to open up new horizons? In the next steps, we will reveal amazing methods of intuitive planning and management. Intuition in business is a powerful, yet often underestimated tool that has a tremendous impact on decision-making. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, has repeatedly emphasized in his interviews that many of the company's successful moves were made thanks to intuitive decisions. Although Steve Jobs' exact words about the role of intuition are not always detailed in sources, it is well known that intuition played a significant role for him in the process of creating products at Apple. The essence of intuition lies in its ability to complement logic, not replace it. It allows for quicker responses in situations where information is limited and decisions must be made immediately. Prioritization is another area where intuition can come into play. Imagine you have a long to-do list in front of you. Sometimes it is precisely your inner feelings that will tell you which tasks should be tackled first. This helps to adapt to changing conditions and maximize efficiency. In addition, intuition can signal when it's time to slow down and take a break to avoid burnout. It helps you sense your own strength and manage your time based on an understanding of your individual needs. Its role in business is like managing a complex harmony between planning and flexibility. This approach can become your hidden ally in achieving business goals and finding inspiration. Speaking of game development, the example of CD Projekt Red with their ambitious project Cyberpunk 2077 became a landmark case. The company aimed for innovation and top quality, which led to repeated release delays and frustration among fans due to technical issues. Such a pursuit of perfection, though admirable, turned out to be a trap. Perfectionism often makes us believe that good is not enough and complicates meeting deadlines. But history also knows positive examples. Eric Barone, the creator of Stardew Valley, who developed the game on his own, demonstrated how this trap can be avoided. By balancing perfectionism with real deadlines, he released a quality product that instantly won the hearts of players. Barone spent several years on development, but managed to avoid endless revisions, which ultimately contributed to his success. It is important to recognize when improvements no longer bring proportional benefits and may delay time to market. So, perfectionism is a challenge, but also a powerful tool if managed correctly. How do companies become legends in the business world? Think about it. Apple, one of the leading tech giants, became an icon not only thanks to innovation but also through its ability to learn from its mistakes. For example, their experiment with the Apple Newton was an important step that guided the company toward creating what we now know as the iPad. NVIDIA, the largest manufacturer of graphics processors, took its position to a whole new level thanks to its partnership with ARM, which was a strategic move that strengthened their presence in the market. And then there's Amazon, another industry giant that never ceases to amaze. Their diversification strategy, spanning subsectors from cloud services to wholesale outlets, demonstrates the importance of being flexible. It is precisely this that has allowed them to enter new markets and lead innovation in online commerce. Interestingly, many modern companies such as Google and Netflix use traditional quantitative methods like KPIs and data analytics alongside qualitative approaches, including intuition and managerial experience, to develop their strategies. But most importantly, they view mistakes not as fatal missteps, but as an integral part of the learning cycle, never shying away from rethinking and adapting. This approach is a symbol of moving forward, reflecting strategic concepts and partnerships that help improve business processes. Observing success stories, it becomes clear planning is the path to growth and prosperity, whether in a large corporation or a personal initiative. Now you have all the tools to apply these principles and move towards new heights. Use your hour to achieve heights that may have once seemed unattainable.